it wasn't like it was totally unexpected because the minor leagues have been going through this big change. Still, the 17 years with the Twins, and I don't think the thought crossed my mind that this was over.
No, neither did I. I think we knew there was a possibility we were going to lose some. I think there was a possibility we knew we were going to lose some minor league teams. But because the Red Wings draw so well, because they have such a great fan base here in Rochester, we didn't think we were on that cutting edge. Well, to the Minnesota Twins, we were. So, I mean, at this particular time frame, I mean, that's what's so terrible about it. We never even got a last season. Like, the last season was the last season. And so, I understand the financial concerns. I understand what the Twins are going through, and hopefully there'll be another franchise that'll come in and be a part of this. But you go back to, I start with the Orioles when I first got here, and then went to the Twins. But it's just the disappointment. I was kind of more shocked than anything. I really didn't think it was going to happen to the Red Wings.
Hey, Pat, it's like an organizational free-for-all right now. This isn't just a Rochester issue. I think 5 of the 14 teams in the International League have a working agreement. 4 of those is because they're owned by the Major League team. Everybody else is out there scrambling and essentially in the same spot Rochester's in.
I mean, yeah, you got Cleveland, just off the top of my head, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, the Nationals, and the Blue Jays that are in play for the Red Wings. All the smartest people I've been hearing, it's the Nationals as the club front runner, and then maybe the Pirates. But, I mean, Tariq, to your point about I wish we had a last season with Minnesota. I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but did we need it? Like, I mean, the Minnesota years in Rochester have been pretty forgetful. And I was a kid. I was Orioles all the way through. And the greatest nights of my youth were going down to Silver Stadium to watch when the Orioles would come to town and they would play the Red Wings. And I got to see Cal Ripken Jr. in person, and Roberto Alomar and Albert Bell and Brady Anderson and all these people. And not only that, you had legitimate Major League Baseball all-stars that were starting their careers in Rochester and working their way up. I mean, you can count on one hand the name of recognizable casual fan baseball players that started here in Rochester and made names for themselves in Major League Baseball. And that's not the fault of the Red Wings. That's the fault of the Twins. I'm looking forward to a new affiliate, so maybe we can get that magic back like we had from, 71 to 2002, 61 to 2002.
But you know what's interesting about this whole thing is that it's not the attachment like the Amerks are to the Sabres. It's a different attachment. To your point, Duffy, the fact that we didn't have major superstars here in Rochester for very long, if at all, it just goes to the testament of how well run the Red Wings are, which would mean that would be an organization you would want to keep around because their fan base is so strong, because the fact that they do great jobs in selling out how many games throughout the year. It's just a hardcore base that we have here in Rochester, which makes us lucrative for other teams going forward. Toronto, Nationals, you mentioned them before. Take your pick, or I guess they'll pick us. But at any rate, it's shocking. We moved on. We survived from Baltimore to Minnesota. Now we'll survive from Minnesota to the next team.
Some of this is our perspective, too, because Pat brings up the whole Major League thing when the team used to come, and those guys are so reluctant to come to Rochester and play that game anyway, and all of those games are gone. And the other thing is, Minnesota did leave an imprint. It was pointed out to me that there were like 6 players on the World Series rosters this year who had spent time in Rochester as members of the Minnesota Twins. So some of it's our perspective. But, man, things are changing, and it's almost changing too fast for us to get a handle on, don't you think, Pat? You're wearing the FC.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. It's only because I was late and I couldn't find my plates cap, and I also wanted to wear my Luke Easter jersey, but that's a whole other thing. But look, it's not just Red Wings baseball, right? It's not just minor league baseball. You're seeing this in the AHL, too. I mean, when I was a kid, it was nothing to see the Sabres, first-round draft pick every year come up through Rochester, and you watch these guys star, Martin Biron, over and over and over again, right? Barnaby and all these guys. You don't see that in Rochester anymore either, right? Like these are strictly development leagues, and if they can pass the highest level and get them into the pros, that's what they're going to do. I still like going to the games. I love watching the baseball. I love watching the hockey. It's just, you're right. We got to get used to it. It's a different perspective.